Hey guys, Justin with Shock Therapy, and we are here to show you how to install a front limit strap kit on a Honda Talon. This limit strap kit is going to stop all the front end noise and extension clunk in the Honda Talon. Unlike most limit strap kits, our kit is completely adjustable, so you can keep up on the lifespan of your car. Also, our limit strap kit is mounted to the shock for the least amount of leverage possible. This limit strap kit will also extend your shock life and CV life by keeping it from extending all the way until it hangs on the shock internals. This is a very easy installation, should only take you about an hour, so let's turn this over to Mitch and have him show us how to install it.
What's up guys, it's Mitch and we're back at it again today with another install video for you. Today we're going to be installing the front limit straps on the Honda Talon R.
First, jack up the front of the car until the tires are just off the ground. Use jack stands for safety. Next, remove the hood to gain access to the upper shock bolts. Remove the shock bolts, starting with the lower hardware first. It's always a good idea to start with one side at a time. Next, with the shock in the vise, you can install the limit strap clamp to the head of the shock. Make sure the clamp is lined up properly.
Basically, the crease of the clamp is lined up with the shock head. This is a driver's side shock. The clamp always is going to go behind the reservoir.
Torque the clamp hardware to 20 foot-pounds. Next, install the adjustable clevis to the body clamp. To begin with, you should only have a couple of threads showing on the top of the clamp. Now, install the limit strap, making sure that you use red Loctite on the limit strap bolt.
Have this measurement be about 1.5 inches.
Check your rough starting point for a strap measurement.
About a 1/2 inch right now. We're going to go ahead and adjust the clevis.
The lower hole of the strap should be 1.5 inches shorter than the shock lower loop. This is a starting point and you will adjust it later on in the installation. With the strap set 1.5 inches shorter, you can tighten the clevis adjustment bolts, making sure that the clevis is parallel with the springs. Install the shock back on the car. Install the longer shock bolt from the front of the control arm towards the rear of the car. Next, install the stainless steel hourglass spacer on the back of the bolt and the factory nut, keeping it loose to make sure the spacer doesn't go anywhere. Repeat these steps on the opposite side.
Basically just making sure the crease of the crack of the clamp, I guess, is lined up with the head of the shock. 20 foot-pounds.
Next, remove the jack stands and drop the car back onto the ground. You must settle the suspension for the next step. Move the car back and forth, turning the wheel to settle it properly. Now you can remove the stock nut from the longer lower bolt. Keep the spacer in place and slide the limit strap over the bolt. Reinstall the nut, keeping it loose. Do this on both sides. Next, jack the car up until the tires are just off the ground. Now you can tighten all the hardware, upper and lower, keeping the strap perfectly straight because it's under tension. Install the hood back on the car, making sure the clamps and front clips are in place. You don't want to lose the hood when you drive the car. With the car back on the ground, you can now install the factory tether to a coil spring closest to that tether location. Wrap the tether around the coil spring, giving yourself about an inch of gap in the tether system. Once both tethers are tightened on both sides, your installation is done.
Great job, Mitch. Thank you for letting us see how easy that actually is to put on. And hopefully your installation went just as easy for you as it did for Mitch. One thing to keep in mind is these limit straps are going to stretch over time. They will take a set in the first ride, and they will also take a set over the next few hundred miles. What you want to do is make sure that the limit strap is holding the shock just shy of full extension. So take the overall length of the shock, shorten it by about 1/2 inch with the strap, and you won't have that extension clunk noise at any time. If you're driving your car 300 to 400 miles in, you start to hear that extension clunk, the straps have stretched, and you need to take that system and run it up just a little bit, and you won't have that noise again. As always, all the parts for this kit are available individually on our site, and if you like the way this front kit works, we have a limit strap kit for the rear of the car as well. Go to shocktherapist.com to purchase anything else that we might offer, or give us a call at 623-217-4959.